It was in that moment I said, I choose to live, fully being myself and using the talents and the creativity that I knew I had. So, my story may be similar to some of you, especially in the light of recent events. Yeah, I was working in a high stress acquisitions department, and although, I successfully could do the job and had decent pay and the benefits and all that, I felt like, I felt like I was dying. And I was feeling like that because I wasn't using the best part of myself, my creativity. I was staring at an Excel spreadsheet and numbers all day, and I could just feel like the life drain out of me. I had trouble sleeping, eating, with my moods. Looking back now, I was going through depression. I don't think I even realized it at that point. It was just like thinking back, I'm like, why did I put myself through that? Why would I do that? I thought I had to, and I was also scared. I thought that you couldn't live a quality life, a life where you wake up and you can't wait to start the day and be yourself and rely on your talents. If I failed, I couldn't blame it on anyone else or the fact that I was not like a numbers guy or had never done whatever the job was at the moment. So now kind of fast forwarding, this big change moment, happened at the most inopportune time, as they, of course they always do. And I just went back to work after being off a week after the birth of our son. And that same week, on Monday evening, at the very end of the day, we found out that they were basically shutting down that department, and they were letting people go based on how long they were there. So now, fresh off the fact of just having my son, our third child, and all of a sudden, boom, I'm jobless at the end of the day. So I had to pack everything up, and I couldn't even say goodbye to people because everyone was mostly gone at that point. It was I don't know why, but they just did it at the very end of the day. That's where I am at this moment, right? And driving back home, I was like in shock, and I was numb and everything. I knew that I had to know where I stood before I opened the door, and my wife saw the box of the office stuff and knew what had happened. I felt like God at that moment was asking me, where was I going to stand? Was I going to lose it and let fear take hold, or was I going to stand on the fact that there was a reason for what had just happened? And I chose the latter. A peace that past my understanding as a person, as a man, washed over me. And it didn't mean that I now had all the answers, and it didn't mean that I somehow found this high-paying job that was perfect within moments, being let go from my other one. My circumstances never changed. I had to realize and believe that there was something bigger at work, and it was a quiet, small moment of change. I remember it just like it was yesterday because it was so powerful. I hope that's something that I carry with me for the rest of my life. It was in that moment I said, I choose to live, fully being myself and using the talents and the creativity that I knew I had, to allow myself to fail but to not stay down. And I don't know what the future holds, but I will walk in strength towards the goal of never dying to what I thought others wanted, and that was the issue before. And so I reached out and took a hold of that doorknob, and I opened the door to a new life. And so I pass that to you, as I always do. Where are you now? And are you stepping out into who you know you are? There's some of you that don't connect with what I'm saying. That's fine, then let it go. But there's some of you that are impassioned right now, and you get what I'm saying on a completely different level than everyone else. And if that's you, then now's your time. This is your calling out. This is your stand-up moment. That we see all those in those cheesy movies where everyone stands on the desk or something weird like that. But this is life, man. This is for real. This is who we are. This is what we do. And so I'm saying, do it. Be yourself. Step out. Do that small thing. Take one little step into your future, just like I did in that tiny moment between losing everything and walking into one of the greatest ventures I had ever known. Oh man, I love it. That's it. Done.